What is this large cast iron object with a handle? Approximately 15 inches by 9 inches by ½ inch, it has 2 small holes on the ears and 2 large sections in the middle. I work at a family-owned auto parts store in Farmtown, and this was donated to the store by an older farmer to put on display, but he has no idea what it is. I've asked several old-timers, but nobody knows what it is. Any ideas? It's an antique horse lyre gag, a 19th century veterinary tool designed to hold a horse's mouth open. It resembles a lyre shape with a handle, used for administering medication, drenching, or examining a horse's teeth. The U-shape of the gag, with twists at the ends, helps prevent harm to the animal. The term lyre refers to its distinctive shape, resembling the musical instrument, which provides both structural strength and ergonomic functionality. What is this enameled pot on a heavy iron base with fillers? My friend was doing some work at an old farm in upstate New York, and this was in a small outbuilding near the chicken coop, not far from the main barn. Back in the day, the farm had lots of cows, and more recently, goats and horses. There was a rodent nest in the enamel pot that I didn't want to stick my hand into to see what the bottom of the pot looked like. I'm not getting any hits on Google. I'll bet someone here recognizes this from their days of working on a farm. What is it? It's a milk bottle filler and capper from the early 1900s, vaguely similar to this one, although obviously smaller capacity. The machine was used to bottle and cap quart and pint bottles of milk and milk products, and then seal them with caps, usually cardboard or foil tops. The capper part for crimping on the old foil tops is pretty distinctive. What is this thing I found at a pickers store in rural Missouri? It has a handle and some sort of mechanism inside a metal ring. It has no obvious markings and appears to have some age on it. The handle has threads at the bottom and is metal and maybe 8 to 10 inches tall. It's hard to describe since I have no idea what it's for. Can anyone help with identifying what it is? It's the guts of an old-school pressure gauge called the Borden tube pressure gauge, which translates pressure into a visual reading. I had to learn to draw them in school. It's a curved and flexible metal tube, shaped like a C, and tends to straighten when exposed to pressure. This straightening movement is then converted into a rotary motion that moves a pointer on the gauge's dial. Eugène Borden, a French watchmaker and engineer, invented and patented the Borden tube pressure gauge in Paris, France, on August 3, 1852. What is this thing I dug up in my garden? It appears to have a plastic component and some kind of spring inside. It looks like a taillight from an old boat trailer or RV. Can you please help me identify what this thing is? It's a post-1964 car horn. Here's a picture of it disassembled. Unlike early mechanical or air-powered horns, these horns are almost exclusively electrically powered. Most use a diaphragm or electromagnetic system that vibrates rapidly to produce sound when current is applied. Most cars use dual-tone horns, one high-pitched and one low-pitched, for a louder, fuller, more attention-getting sound. But by the mid-1960s, many countries began regulating horn loudness and tone for safety and noise pollution, leading to more uniform sound levels, typically around 100 to 110 decibel. Most post-1964 horns are activated via a horn button in the steering wheel hub and integrated with the car's electrical and safety systems. What is this whistle or speaker cord looking thing, found while metal detecting in my yard in northern Minnesota? It looks like a plug-in, then I thought maybe a whistle, but the open end is threaded. It has a number stamped in it, 47A. I reverse image searches and have no idea. Toothpick for reference, or about 3 inches long, and about ½ inch wide at the widest. Any help would be great, thanks. It's an old switchboard plug. These are manual connectors used in telephone switchboards, the large boards operated by switchboard operators to route calls, most commonly from the 1890s to the 1960s, before automated dialing and electronic switching replaced manual systems. Usually a 1/4-inch phone plug, similar to modern audio jacks but sturdier, often made of brass or nickel-plated metal, with a Bakelite or hard rubber handle for insulation and durability. Attached to a thick cloth-covered cord, often paired with a second plug, called a cord pair. Operators use these plugs to patch calls through by inserting the plugs into the appropriate circuits. One plug connected the caller, the other to the receiver, effectively creating a temporary circuit. What is this thing made of glass? It seems very old and appears to have never been used. It looks like some sort of thermometer with markings inside, all written in what looks to be a piece of paper in an old script. Then the top seems to be filled with tiny metal balls or pellets stopped up with something, maybe wool or cotton, to keep it in that chamber. What is this thing, and when do you think it was made? Thank you. It's an early 1900s battery hydrometer, used to measure the specific gravity of the electrolyte, or sulfuric acid solution, in serviceable lead-acid batteries, which helps determine the state of charge or health of the battery. The user draws electrolyte into the hydrometer using a rubber bulb at the top. The lead pellets at the bottom and air void keep it floating at a certain point. Then, based on the density of the fluid, it will sink or float differently, so you can read the value. What is this carved wooden box with small metal tools? The wooden box is about 7.5 inches long and 2.25 inches wide. It is hinged with small hand-carved metal tools inside. They have pointy ends like they are for piercing or carving, and it does not have writing on it. I tried researching on Google to no avail. Any ideas what it is or how old it is? It's an Indonesian cockfighting spurs for traditional cockfighting from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. The shape of the case indicates it is probably from Bali. Cockfighting has been integral to the cultures of Bali, and the practice was banned on Bali only as late as 1981. In Balinese Hinduism, cockfighting is sometimes part of ceremonial blood sacrifices, a ritual fight to expel evil spirits. What is this wall decoration my friend has in her house? The numbers go up to 48 and can be rotated on the sides, and the round bits slide to the left and the right. The bottom has small holes, which might have once had pegs. I haven't been able to find anything similar online, but maybe I'm not Googling the right thing. It's about 100 by 60 centimeters and made of wood, and it could be far older than 50 years. Is it a game? Please let us know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.